when you sparred Porter, what did you learn about yourself from those sparring, world-class welterweights?
I didn't really learn nothing about myself. I know that I'm a good boxer. When I was in there, it showed. Both of us was working. Both of us working. It was just fun, to be in there with somebody like a Shawn Porter, get that good workout.
What was fun about it?
Just when you're boxing, you like the spar and things like that. So it was fun just to be in there with a person like Shawn.
Tank, what do you think sparring with Gervonta Davis did for your preparation?
You know what? I think getting him on the back end of the sparring was more so to make sure the eyes and the focus and everything's there. He is one of the sharpest boxers I've ever been in the ring with. I'm sure it won't change. It won't change much after being in the ring with Terrence. I would imagine that Terrence will be the sharpest, but that boy Tank is sharp.
What's up, sir? Good to see you, man. Good to see you,
man.
Yes,
Good to see you.
KOR Sports. Stephen Cordena right here with the one and only Kenny Porter. Kenny, looking at this fight strategically from your trainer's brain, right?
Yeah.
What does Ryan have to do to be successful? What does Tank have to do to be successful?
You know what? I haven't studied Ryan. I'm studying Tank. And so my job, one of my jobs in this camp is to analyze and make, adjustments and give Calvin some of my insight, the other set of eyes that, are watching him as well as, what Calvin can see, but another set of eyes, But, what I'm seeing from Tank at this point is, and what I'm learning, and I've worked with him before for the Pitbull fight, but I was in conjunction with Shawn. So that was a camp that was both guys at the same time, but now I'm directly working with him, only him, my attention not being taken anywhere else. I found out this kid is ultra talented. And the most important thing for him to do is listen to his coach, Calvin Ford, who's doing an excellent job, his other coach, Kenny Ellis right here, who's doing an excellent job, and then execute whatever game plan they have. I do see Ryan trying to take advantage in the early rounds because I heard him do an interview where he said sometimes he's seen Tank lay back and try to get a knockout later on. So I see Ryan trying to take advantage in the earlier rounds, and I see that Calvin and Kenny and Ryan and Tank going to have to be aware of that and not allow themselves to get behind on the scorecards. Because the guy can be defensive if he wants to and protect himself and protect the lead.
I feel like the last few fights of Tank's, that's kind of been the script, right? Like the other guy's been winning up until about 6-7, and then he ends it.
Yeah, it has been, and so it's just my job. One of the jobs is to just put that little buzz in the air. Hey guys, you know what? When we're working today, let's work at a more faster pace, so that we don't fall behind. So I came in here, Tank came to me and asked me to come in, but directly asked me to come in. I had to identify my position with them. And identifying my position, I said, listen, I'm going to create something for myself that we can all live with. So I'm here on a Tri-C factor, which is cardio, coaching, and conditioning, right? So I'm a cardio coach and conditioning coach with Tank, but also giving him and Calvin my insight to, hey, you know what? Maybe we need to be prepared for this in earlier rounds, and whereas in the past, Tank's gotten away with it, this might be the guy that we can't get away with that with, And I'm concerned about that, but that's one of my jobs, is to make them aware of it.
It's a dangerous camp. A dangerous team he has with him. And my last one, obviously you were there for when Tank sparred Shawn.
Yeah.
I've heard stories. I've heard, you guys should have been charging at the door for people who were going to be in there to see it. What did you learn about Tank in that sparring session that maybe you didn't know before?
You know what? To be, quote unquote, to quote Tank, and what I learned that day when he was in the ring with Shawn, when I told Tank, I need more from you. and he says to me, he said, Kenny, I'm a dog too. And he gave more when I asked for more, right? And obviously, Shawn and Tank are not in the same weight class.
Not even close.
Not even close. And so obviously, Shawn could not have been going as hard as he would with a guy in his weight class or bigger. But when I said that, Tank said, Kenny, I'm a dog too. And that's what I learned, quote unquote. Tank is a dog.
We're going to see that dog April 22nd.
No doubt about that. Absolutely no doubt about that. Some of the things I've seen from him thus far in the camp in the last 3 weeks, again, I can't reiterate this enough. Ultra talented. He could fight next week. Next week would be no problem. The weight would be no problem. The conditioning would be no problem. He is that good. At this point already, we're about 45, 44 days until the fight. He's that good right now. I only see things getting better as we continue to move and climb up this hill.
Is anyone better than him at lightweight?
No. There's no one better than there's no one better than him. I think everyone there is great. I think Ryan's great. I think Devin's great. Devin's a great fighter, great talented fighter. Obviously, fight has to happen for us to find out who is, right? But in my eyes and what I'm seeing and who I'm with right now, I'm watching this kid. Every day I'm studying this kid. I watch the way his feet are hitting the ground when he's in the ring sparring. I'm watching the way he's hitting the bag. I'm watching the way he's transferring his body weight from one punch to the other punch. And I'm seeing an exceptionally gifted and talented kid, and I'm just trying to continue to help him level up, and also his coaches, and they're doing an excellent job. Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis are doing an unbelievable job, and I had to stop both of them guys when they were training the other day and stop them and tell them, because they needed to know that. Right? And they're like, wow, and I'm studying you. And I told him, I said, I'm studying you as well as I'm studying him. So, yeah, no one's going to beat this kid. I see him moving up to 140, winning the world championship there as well. And maybe later in his career, if he decides to go anywhere else, vertical, he can pull that one off too.
It's more so it's like locked in.
Man, I can't wait. Thank you so much, Kenny. Appreciate your time, man. Thank you as always. Yes, sir. Good seeing you.